Let's see what we got going on at Court of Fontaine. What do you mean I'm like a year and a half late for this quest?
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
What do you need, Navia?
That voice! It's Navia!
Who else would it? Who else is dear part?
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
No plans in particular. Just inciting riots and destroying countries.
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
Boisson?
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of.
Like what?
Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster.
That sounds like a little thing.
Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson.
Like a lot of bullshit. Should you just be staying in the court? I guess you have to go back to talk about. So you can't just book a hotel for like 18 nights in fucking the court. Yeah, you get all for compensation.
Though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well. Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Whoa! Spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up most of your time though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
Shouldn't you have already done that? How are you running all this shit without having a list in the first?
Since Melus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own.
Oh, you're gonna move with that. How you
After running a
said.
few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
Knew that was coming immediate.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, wanna take a look?
Let Paimon see. Wait. There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols.
She wrote this shit in wingdings.
This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, is it supposed to be a boar in a box?
What did you write?
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Yeah, maybe just, write it in English. Point.
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself.
Yeah, my gibberish, I can't remember what the fuck my
As long as I
gibberish
understood
means.
my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Memory proves itself to be a fickle thing every
For
time.
next time.
You can't fuck it up.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important.
Well, if you can't remember it, who
Worst
gives a
comes
shit?
to worst, I'll just make another trip.
Ah, so you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, wanna come with me and check out the town for yourself? You said you don't have any plans, right? So we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
Alright,
It's a
spend the
bit
day with
sudden,
Navia.
but Paimon doesn't see why not. What do you think, Traveler?
Let's see how the restoration
Then let's
effort's
go.
been going.
We'll take a boat over.
Oh, you mean the Aquabus, right? Like the Clementine line?
Oh, sorry. I meant our own boat.
Yellow
Our
dialogue.
bus doesn't have a station near Poisson, so we'll use one of the Spina's boats.
Speedboat it is.
All right, follow me. I'll take you there.
Why did her voice like that sound like cutesy? That is not what her voice is.
The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
I've always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory,
You and your
while
father.
Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
Spina's the main sponsors.
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson?
Got blown up,
Spina
didn't
di
it?
Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub. So there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson.
That doesn't make sense.
You are
You would
right,
build a
Dad.
train
It is
track
a
in
bit
your town
strange,
anyways,
though.
even if it wasn't a
If
main
you've
hub,
already
because that
committed to
is
build 3
mass
lines,
growth.
why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying. The Aquabus is so convenient, it's really a huge shame.
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head.
Maybe I didn't see a point. Or maybe it was meant for
But
future
that would
endeavors.
only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change
Build a
it.
4th line here to that
From
4th
what
kid.
I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms with him.
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
Boss,
Pig
the
head
boat's
man.
ready. We can
Stubborn
head out.
man.
All right, then let's head out.
Bro, Navia mode. Let's hear her watch her whip this shit, man. Braving the tides together. Oh, she's
It'll
like
be a
a
while
driving it.
before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Navia?
Look at
What
how
was
you
your
standing
mother
on
like
the
as a
deck.
person?
You're asking what her dead mother was like?
Oh, Paimon's sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably don't remember her at all.
Thank you,
That's all right.
Paimon. You're a
I've
great
heard many
help
stories
and
about her
a
from the rest of
very
the Spina.
tactful person. What the
They've always
fuck?
said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy.
Oh, it's just like you had a
Their
nice,
work
lovely
made
family
sure that
plan.
the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
those are just stories and anecdotes after all. It's hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her. But sometimes I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived?
You're probably even
Silver
grander.
once said
You'd probably
that
get
a
royalties
name
too.
is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories,
Because you really
as well
died
as
in
how
it.
one may reflect on their past by watching the sea. I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward.
Look at that. Look at the positives in loss. Seem to be coping well.
Okay. Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
Shit, she's been doing it for longer than we've been around. What you mean? We out here being like, oh, she's shouldering a lot. Her parents been dead for like 20 years. Okay, what do you mean? Crazy to use a character that didn't even exist when this came out, but as you can see the timeline I'm using this, as I have Pyro Travelica and Babuika. Motherfucker gonna come across this video and be like, oh, the Navia Quest, bro, I wanna watch that again. Fuck you mean this dude Traveler's got? Who the fuck is that in the top right? Notland characters. That shit wasn't out when this quest came out. I love that.
Boss, you're back! Traveler in Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
You sound like a voice I do. Man.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Good to hear.
Hey, I can totally take care of myself.
Didn't both your
For the
assistants
time being,
get
I'll
dissolved?
go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss.
Yeah, have someone help your ass out.
As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
Wear the glasses. Wear the hat.
There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted
But the statue
sculptor about the
is a
job,
bitch.
but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as Callus the Unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him.
Who gives a shit?
But
Your
now
father
that his
wanted
name
enough,
has
not your
been
damn
cleared,
shit.
and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
Let's build a statue of
The
yourself.
funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus and everything they did.
Oh, okay. So it's not just, we're building a statue now. The people actually want it. Okay, that's fine.
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble.
You're the daughter. The child, the two people the
Maybe we
statue's
can
for.
have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more for the town and the people.
Yeah, restoration of the statue in a
You
decade.
don't need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
We also.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol.
Hey, if you had come out the same time, see Lawler,
Just
that would have been a
kidding.
thing.
There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value. At a minimum, I'd have to match what my father did for the people.
What your father did for the people. Nigga, you launched an investigation and interrupted a trial that resulted in the Archon actually saving the people from the prophecy that would have killed every single living being in the fucking country. I'd say you've more than matched your father, but sure, if that's what you think.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
Mm-hmm. We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus.
Flexing bands.
But we
Bags of
haven't had
more.
any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that.
Yes,
Let's
there is.
decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me.
You're very adamant for something that seems to be very important for your people. What are you doing?
Modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callus, and I'll be Clementine.
Damn, bro.
That's,
Already modeling us
Didn't
being
you
married.
say on the boat that Callus and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner. Florent, let's grab some reference
Man,
shots.
if this came out today, people would be crying
got it,
about
boss.
the
I'll go get the
waifuism.
camera.
They're ruining her character by making her a waifu.
Well,
And other
what do you
retarded
think?
shit.
Got any ideas?
Should you be running the show? Ain't this your parent?
Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone.
Very funny.
So,
Very
I
punny.
want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
Imposing.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
This pose! It makes me recall Spina di Rosula's glorious golden age.
Oh, we don't look like we're doing badasses.
Isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
What's wrong with that?
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
Yeah?
Oh, Paimon was just kidding! Please don't make Paimon disappear.
Sorry, Paimon.
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias.
Yeah?
You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her
Yeah,
in
new
our
alias.
hearts.
Fish food.
Let's try to come up with something else.
How about looking out to the distance?
By that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate.
Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
What is Mora fruit, Paimon?
But there's something off with the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callus look too tall next to the lady.
What?
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
The town's underground.
But
How many people can see
since
it now?
we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
How about put the giant ship out there, outside the town? Alright, fuck it. How about just a happy
happy
pose?
pose? You mean something like we were laughing together at a funny joke?
That could work. The fuck is it? Damn, nigga hitting like 18 shots.
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
Not really.
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
Yeah.
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs? That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off.
Yeah.
Forget it. Let's try something else.
Alright, that both 3 duds, huh? My nigga's like, are you fucking kidding me? What is that?
We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Haven't heard that in a while.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right.
Really?
Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups.
Mass print them.
Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time.
You wanted to do this off
outfits.
rip.
Oh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Not really, no.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
Is it the one where, like, she believed the father was good? I can't remember.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me. And she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too.
Look at that.
I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift. But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up. So I did forget something important after all.
Don't worry, boss.
Go get her
I can
her
send
suit.
someone to pick it up right away.
Nah, we're gonna do it
On
ourselves.
the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start.
Honestly, but fuck it.
Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
What souvenirs, bro? Who's gonna be buying pictures of the Traveler Navia? They're going in a damn scrapbook.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Another Spina member.
Huh? But aren't you supposed to...
Be dead?
Well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
Prison sentence not that long.
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
Damn, bro, home on
It's
welfare.
good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
How long was he gone?
And this guy is?
Let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago.
We never get the no
But,
timelines in this damn game.
looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Jesus,
Wait,
he's nasty.
Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Was you here?
Have you not heard anything at all about the water from the primordial sea case?
You out of your mind, bro? How do you not hear about
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
Well, not that part, but
Looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then.
is he where the
First things
Archons also
first,
stepped down?
Let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before.
Are we the first?
So you must be pretty amazing to get that from her.
Yeah, we saved the country or two.
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
Yeah, I'll credit the Bima.
Wait, now you suddenly resist taking a dig at Paimon?
Shut up. Take the compliment.
Nice, nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people. Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
Dead and dying.
About that,
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
Looks the same to me, bro.
they lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
A bunch of people died, dog. So we gotta break it to them.
Sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others, including Melissa, also lost their lives in the disaster.
Malus and Melissa, dead. They're just gone? Malus. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
Hey, keep it together.
Oh, man came back from prison.
Malus and
Everything's
Coulter
else.
were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
You gonna say that right while he's there, bro? Damn.
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay.
We actually had to talk to Coulter. Damn, but we gotta go. My asses. Oh, we gotta walk up there. Motherfucker.
Rev the engine!
Man, Poisson got fucked during the flooding. They're literally like the only damn place that was hit.
Bring it!
He brought Farina here and transported her in a box. I still understand how that happened. Now, Fatui dug a tunnel all the way. Shouldn't there still be a tunnel that digs all the way to the opera house from Poisson?
All of this. It's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Malus's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network.
That was a good money making one for us.
Finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Romu?
Shit, sounds like Romulus, the motherfucker in the bottom of the sea.
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines. Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson.
If you built the fourth Aquabus line, it would have been.
Callus believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
Could have been the first time. What makes you say that? What makes us say that?
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y.
Very nice.
But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years.
So when his wife died.
But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Huh. I never knew.
Huh.
But from my perspective, Romeu's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
Not on this,
I
apparently.
think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
Jesus.
From that point on, Romeu and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again.
Where'd they all go?
Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
Yeah, you think that shit would have popped up.
I've also
Although
heard
he
that they
did
are in a
kinda-
good
his soul
financial
got ripped out of his
position, so they've
chest.
been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
How can they not be in a good financial position? I guess they don't work with
Falter's
Marcel.
got a point. Both Marcel and Romeu had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeu's whereabouts.
Good use on
If they're
dissolve.
still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
What are they gonna do?
Good
Reflood
thinking,
Poisson?
boss.
Blow up the damn
Should keep an eye
seawall?
on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Shit.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk?
Man shows up and
I've
drops
heard so
more that
many
we should be
incredulous things
the
today.
organization against us.
I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
Let's go to their gravesite then.
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Of course. That's fine by me.
All right,
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
let's see this child.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's go.
Empty, hollow music. Nothing is playing. Like, you hear this? Oh, like now the music starts playing, but not like a clown. Can we get like an actual way into the city? How do you people even get supplies? Do they just dump them up top and you gotta walk them down? Like, Jesus. You literally live in a hole in the ground.
Try and stop me!
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to
Okay.
time, isn't it?
No.
Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay
No.
a few days
My ass is
before we return.
Falling.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
What road? Oh, that's just walking in the middle of fuck all. I mean, the road's over there to the right. Also, think of it. It's a nice time to walk. Think of it as a hiking trip. When I think of walking, I don't think hiking trip. Those things don't really go down together. It's easy walking, hiking.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before.
You guys live that sanitary prison
It's a
life.
good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Did you find the arena?
Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Did you see us in the fortress?
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court. Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard.
Yeah, criminal organization
Now,
was
in the
started.
blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
You know, if they built the fourth aquabus line, this would be a great trade route, but you know, whatever.
Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming of them.
She got the fucking cooking device with her.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important ingredients of all.
Damn, you're carrying literally the most basic, baseline things needed to make the damn macaroon.
Oh, would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
Well, scrounge your flour
We
and
should
sugar.
contribute to making the macaron too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so he should have some stuff on hand.
Well, as if we're carrying a pack.
That's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flours and wheat, I can start the baking.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
There's shit
Great.
lying around.
Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
Look at that. Yes, we are hiking. Where did you pull that out of?
Ah, how did it go? Did you find the ingredients?
Probably not. Some sweet flour and some wheat.
all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
Bye. New batch of macaroni with a super device.
Looking tastes magnificent! Your cooking is as good as ever, Navia.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
Start a bakery.
Oh,
And I ain't just talking about cheeks.
It's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
Poetry for the Adventurers Guild? We travel the world.
Was it that obvious? I just thought you would be a great fit, that's all.
We're a great fit everywhere we go.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Make it sound like we're fucking star-crossed lovers.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you. I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
This dude's gonna be like a traitor,
We've
isn't
got
he?
no wine with us, but let's still toast with water, in celebration of this moment.
Who's in the bushes? Better be a sea otter, but...
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast!
Shut up.
May your travels go smoothly, may the Spina continue to grow, and may our friendship last until the end of time.
End of time, huh? Clink.
All set? Let's move out then. I asked some old acquaintances in town to make Adele's uniform, so we should be able to pick it up right away.
We are not driving across the damn lake. Nor are we walking across... Like, it's not even like the ocean of Fonte. Let's see this little uniform from this. You know, I probably would remember who Adele was, had it not been, you know, I don't know, a year and a half since Fontane's release. Hey, Shiori's booth. Boutique.
Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
Deadly.
The Demoiselle of Spina di Rosula. I must say, your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
Crazy accent, by the way.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. No, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
My mistake, my mistake. I just got so used to calling her Demoiselle. Are you here for the uniform?
She sounds like
Yep.
Shiori's voice
I
actor,
forgot
just
to
not...
drop by earlier when I
a
was
voice
running
actress.
errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform after all. Any of your folks could have come instead.
Yeah, it sounds like her, but
Navia's
just
always
like
liked to
not
take
doing
even small things
Shiori's voice.
seriously.
I wonder if it is her.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point.
There's
Going on
plenty
a
of
trip
more
with
uplifting.
friends is always better than staying cooped up at home.
That's true.
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
About robotic.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to join the Spina?
Because why not?
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me. After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa, so as a result, she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her.
It's good. No girl got the courage to talk to the leader.
Yeah, you could say that.
I mean, if anyone in the
By
Spina looks like a
uncovering the truth
bubbly,
about
bright
the
person.
case, I was able to give her closure at the same time. She said that she wanted to become someone like me, Someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too. But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere to grow and thrive. She can commit to us once she's older, and can really make that decision for herself.
Motherfuckers be following us. Got assassins on our tails. Assassins from our homeland?
Is something up, Traveler?
Someone's tailing us. Yep, someone's tailing us. Thank God.
Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
You want to tell the
I'll
woman
go
in the
check it out
guard?
too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
Let the man standing there with the damn dresses.
Paimon saw them too. They headed up.
Yeah, we got 3 whole
Stop
assholes.
right there.
Whole ass. Go beat these niggas. Angler, huh? Peppy. I caught that motherfucker there. Trip the fat one. There, okay, we just go.
We knew you were going to be difficult.
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Let's beat it out of them.
Brothers, there's no need to skulk in the dark anymore. Let's take them out!
These niggas gonna try to fight 2 pigeon wielders.
Haha! Hiya! Where'd that come from? Bring it! I'm going in! Wrath from the sky!
Hit them with powers that they didn't even know existed at the time.
Now, talk.
Now
Who are
talk.
you? And why were you tailing us?
Basically, she Batman.
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
Bro, I'll blow your head smooth off faster than a gardener with a rifle. He had some sharp green eyes.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
You better not drop that dress.
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
Oh, we haven't done anything illegal. I guess they
We're
attacked us.
looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula.
No shit.
We were discovered and can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
We're his kids, actually.
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much.
Yeah, for some bullshit, bro.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day.
But you couldn't even do
Too
that.
bad you guys messed up ours first.
I don't think you would achieve that, bro.
Huh?
That's actually true. They followed us all the way out drinking. Followed us all the
You're
way.
pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway. Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew.
That's true, bro.
I am
That's
the
the
current
sins of the father type
president of
shit.
Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I understand. Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
All right. We get it. Come on.
We ain't
let's go.
talking about no liaison, bro. We're talking about a nice ether barrel at
Sure
the
it's okay
bottom
to
of
just
the
let them
ocean.
go like that, Navia?
You politely step
I
aside.
don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. Moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either.
What, cheat the
If
motherfuckers
the other
out?
side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation. Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
Shit.
Yes,
Not really an eye for an eye.
We already know
No,
that
just
they're
taking
strapped
both
for
their
cash.
eyes and leaving ours off.
If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk.
Or best time to destroy them, because they won't be able to recover.
For Romeo's folks, though. If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
I think we already got a fight. Someone tells me he's not going to accept
those guys
anything.
definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
And families fracture. And sometimes
how I feel
wars
as
are the
well.
result.
Anyway, now that we've sent them packing, we don't have to worry about those guys anymore. It's getting late already. So why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow.
Nice, bro.
I'll also
From
ask
one
someone to
underground
write
hole
Laurent
to
a
the
letter
sewer.
and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
You're free to go to the Hotel de Debord.
Sorry,
Or
that's
Diabird.
just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used
Yeah,
to
from
it.
a hole to a sewer.
We can still go out in
From
the
a cave
evening
to
for
a
some
sewer.
grilled fish and drinks, though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties, too. How does that sound?
Terrible.
Huh. That does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go. Paimon wants to sing too.
Jesus. Oh, uniform gift bag. We gotta give it to the child. So we're caught up in a damn gang war, essentially. Inherited sin gang war. Oh, this Spina isn't really a gang. It's an organization. More like mafia gang war. Criminal organization. With a legitimate enterprise tied into it. I mean, like, the fucking Spina owns this damn thing. They have the anchor of the
feel
roses.
like this place is starting to grow on Paimon.
So, like, it's not like they
If you
don't have an
think about
organizational
it
spot.
would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Mermonia.
No, why don't it would show your opulence of power?
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court.
I mean, it would probably
He was
merge
a
into
very
Fontaine proper
ambitious
anyways.
man who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
Didn't look behind or, yeah, didn't look behind. If he was perfectly fine stepping on heads and toes and not looking back to make amends.
All right.
Makes sense.
Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant?
I mean, those are the
I'll
type
go
of
do
people
some
that leave
prep and I'll
businesses.
get someone to tidy up your
But
room
also,
while
the
I'm
price
at
makes
it.
lots of enemies.
You can use the same room as last time. You still remember the room number, yeah?
Yep. Kinda hard to forget when there are only so many rooms here after all.
Yeah, like 4.
Oh, did I just hear someone taking a dig at Fleuve Cendre?
What
Tell
angry
my guys
face.
to stuff your pillows full of actual seaweed right now.
Oh, Paimon, sorry! Please have mercy, Navia! If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to sleep at all!
I was just kidding. Be on your way now.
Well, stuff Paimon on the damn pillow. A banquet to begin. Oh, you cracked the bottle. Private bottle. Fantastic meal as well as a wonderful performance. I guess, yeah, the boss shows up. Let's have some nice stuff going on.
Hello? Are you asleep yet?
And she sneak into our room at night, bro. Navia with the sneaky link. Let's go.
Oh, no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like these very often, we should try to enjoy it to the fullest. Wanna go fishing? I've got some rods and lures ready.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Paimon, why you still up? Me and Navia on, damn
Hopefully
it.
I didn't wake you or anything.
Since the invitation's coming from you.
I knew it. You really are my best partner.
Damn right we are.
Let's go. To the fishing spot.
Let's get rolling, Miss Swift. Before we're fishing in the sewer. That shit gonna be badass. Okay, no, we're actually gonna be fishing. Hey, bro, who knows? Sometimes this game, you never know where the fuck it's gonna send you. Our ass finna rise out the sea. Remember I came back and did all of, what's it called? I can't remember. The peanut company looking ass place underground. Did all of that in one go. I had to be underwater in Fontaine so long. I did all of it. 100% did of it. It's pretty cool. Those are some comically large fishing rods.
When you're using a fully automatic rod.
Yeah, it's like mechanically set up rod.
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
Yeah, because they need to eat.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
Yeah, that's what fishing should be about.
That's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, Traveler?
I like Paimon's method. Yeah, I don't know about automation. Like, that doesn't sound very much like fishing. That sounds like, you know, efficiency farming for your business or to make sure you have dinner that night.
Then let's try regular rods next time. We can have a real fishing competition.
Well, you're gonna get crushed.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time of night, it's a struggle for Paimon to even keep her eyes open.
You should have left your ass in the bed.
Huh. It might just be something that runs in my family.
Too much energy?
That's a thing?
4 hours of sleep type bitch?
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina.
Your mother?
My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say.
Teenager
My
type
mother
shit.
never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood. All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me. Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Malus and Silver were always there too. No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
Shit.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Papa, we just ignore that shit. He'll stop doing it.
Looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. When I was young, I often thought that I could do whatever I wanted, because there'd always be someone there to clean up after me. But once, I saw Malus come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me. I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing to the best of your abilities. Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes.
He's not wrong. But you can't just roll heads like that. You can't just blow through life.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk about sad things tonight. Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
No, that was for negotiation tactics.
Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
I don't think we got shit.
But why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
Okay.
Oh,
Crank it.
there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together.
Bitch,
Can't
do
let
it
it get
manual.
away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
There's no way she's gonna jump into the water to catch this.
You want Paimon to help too?
You could swim, even though you nearly drowned the first time we met you. Oh, okay, there we go. We reeled in on my automatic run. Navia can't see the hook a single face. I mean, it's quite upset about her bad luck, but it's only when you begin to head back that Paimon discovers the real reason Mr. She couldn't get a single bite.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Okay. She forgot to put a fucking hook on.
Stop wasting time! The boss ain't gonna wait all day. We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
So he's a traitor, okay.
Well, your rod was missing a part too, so I guess that makes it fair.
I mean,
Well,
fair for us.
if we
You
keep
couldn't catch a
talking
single
about
fish.
the number of missing parts, sure. Oh, never mind. Paimon really can't keep her eyes open anymore.
Put her to bed.
All right, go to bed. I had a great time today.
She's about to fucking get Padmade in this bitch. Well, we did Anakin with a
See
lightsaber
you
cutting up the
tomorrow.
fucking like death worms. Good clock noise.
So how was last night? Did you get a good night's sleep?
Got a good night's fish.
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was stellar.
Throw her in the ocean.
Get it?
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's just fantastic. I think that's where the Navia face comes from. Okay, I wonder where it came from because I have the image and I use it sometimes, so it comes from this.
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
Great. You're shitting
See,
us.
this guy gets it.
No, this dude is a kiss ass.
Anyway, let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back to Poisson. I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Sure.
Paimon
As long as
hopes
she doesn't
she'll
start
really
singing.
appreciate your gift.
I hope so too.
Oh, we got, wait, that's actually an item we got? The automatic fishing rod? Huh. Didn't think it'd be an item we could get. You know what you should put that in your teapot and allow you to automatically catch fish. Depending what teapot you have, it'll get you that nation's specific fish. See, man, put me on the development team, bro. I got this shit on lock.
Adele, we're back. We brought you a gift from the court too.
And a bunch of bullshit from the court.
Whoa, thank you so much, boss.
Because, yeah, the mother, okay.
Don't call her boss, okay, Adele? Just Miss Navia would be fine.
That's the woman who's like, Miss Navia.
Oh,
I don't want to talk to
it's
you.
all
She's like,
right.
listen, we
I
didn't
don't
kill your
mind.
husband.
Besides the gift, I've also got another surprise. Guess who's here?
It's been a while.
Hello again. Try a year and a half.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques' case. I've heard that you also helped save all of Fontaine.
You heard.
You're truly just like the great heroes of legend.
What you did when the whole thing country flooded?
You're really
You didn't die.
amazing. And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she must be super amazing too. What's in this thing? Can I look?
Of course. Go ahead.
The uniform. It's a nice little gift box.
Oh, it's a Spina di Rosula uniform. Is it for me? But isn't it a bit big?
Then we tell your ass when you need to grow up to join in.
Well, it's a gift for future you. When you first told me that you were interested in joining the Spina, I was overjoyed.
How do you know
It's
what she's
the
gonna grow
Spina's
into?
responsibility to protect everyone as well. Being a member means becoming involved in all kinds of dangerous situations. And since you're still young, I don't want your mom to have to worry about your safety. So I turned you down then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older. But this uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so that's it. Well, thank you so much, Miss Navia. I'll work hard and grow up as fast as I can.
No, you don't want to do that.
But you can't really grow up faster by working hard. You've got to be patient.
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my daughter's wish and took it seriously. Thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer with us, we've still felt plenty of warmth and security.
But your face got sad eyes.
It's the least we could do. As long as you live in Poisson, even if you're not an official member, you're still part of the family.
You're under Spina's protection.
Boss!
That's for damn sure. How'd you know what that
Is
logo could
something
grow
up,
into?
Florent?
She could grow
I've
to
got
be
something
light as a
urgent to
board, or she
report.
could turn out
Romeo and
Korean
his
style
folks
body.
have gathered outside Poisson and even shipped in a huge pile of explosives.
Yeah, okay, bro.
What? Explosives? What do they want?
Blow the seawall
Seems
open.
like
I was
we've been
right,
planning
holy
this
shit.
for some time. We started investigating as soon as we received your letter yesterday. But Romeo and his folks must have gotten wind as well, because they abandoned their former posts before we could even check on them. We investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
Could they have smartened up since we caught them red-handed at the court?
Well, either they got full
Seems like
pig
they've
headed.
got no interest in sitting down and talking at all. We should have gone straight to the Maison Gardiennage.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation. Well, too late now, I suppose. Florent, where are they keeping their explosives?
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
Motherfuckers doing act of terrorism now, huh?
They want to blow up the Clementine line?
That certainly is a
Certainly sounds like it.
Why ain't that a symbol?
Romeo and his followers hate the Spina and everything to do with Callus. And the Aquabus was the source of their contention.
Why not blow up the whole Aquabus centralized station?
Blow up the Aquabus line. All that rubble will come crashing down the hill and straight into Poisson.
Without water,
Are
too.
they insane? There's tons of innocent people in Poisson.
Also, tons of people who use the Aquabus line.
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, they're definitely not going to let this opportunity slip by.
Yeah, they've been playing this shit
We
for
have
like
to
10
issue an
years.
evacuation order to the townspeople and get them as far away from the entrance as possible. That should save them from the worst of it.
Let's get everyone onto our ship. That should be the safest place.
I mean, shit, launch the ship.
My dear partner, can I leave the Clementine line to you?
That ain't our first time stopping
If the
terrorists.
explosives do go off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger, any aquabuses using the line would plummet to the ground. Let's stop their insanity first, then settle the score with them.
We got it.
Leave it to us, Navia. Please stay safe, too.
Oh, shout out to terrorism. Let's go. Fontane's got everything. Gangs, terrorists, prophecies, divine destruction,
Let's go, you two.
gods,
We've got to act
sovereigns.
fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
Damn, bro, he got the dual blades.
Watch out, boss!
An assassin from our homeland? Or a fool?
What do you
I
think
gotta
you're
stop.
doing, Coulter?
I can't be saying that again.
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left, but I still couldn't get rid of you.
You mean this was all a trick? So that you'd be left alone with me? Coulter, are you with Romeo too?
You abandoned me in that prison when I took the fall for your...
I get it now.
I get it.
You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on some issues, I've never cared for his more radical ideas. And that's because, out of the entire Spina di Rosula, I only hate you. Only you, Navia.
You better stick close to me.
Romeo promised me that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out. But it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make my move. Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know. But I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Why?
This nigga crazy.
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a foolish question. You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I I saw it all with my own eyes, and then I had to watch it all die, little by little. And it was all because of you, Navia.
You had to watch most of it die. Weren't you rotting away in a prison?
Clementine died because of you. Callus died because of you. Malus and Silver died because of you. And so many more dead. Everyone dead, all because of you.
So the shock and grief you showed us before, that was in Act 2?
Now you're catching on. I heard Malus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long time thinking about what happened, and resolving to apologize to Malus as soon as I got out. Back then, because of that aqua bus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely lost his capacity for critical thinking. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again.
That motherfucker was
But
dead.
then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you. I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin? You've single-handedly destroyed everything that was beautiful. Everything I've ever loved.
Don't listen to him, boss! He's just spouting nonsense!
Yeah, his logic is kind of completely
Have you ever
flawed.
considered that maybe the people around you don't actually care about you at all? Have you ever considered that maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've never done anything worthy? That you're just a big nothing? Have you ever considered that maybe people don't stay in Poisson because of you, but only because they have such beautiful memories of the past before you came?
I think they'll leave the song because they don't have anything else to
If
go.
you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes. Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. But is that really why they support me? Is their kindness real?
Shut your mouth! I, for one, really like Miss Navia. And my mom loves her too!
And then they nearly cook a knife blade for her like 2 minutes ago.
Don't know how to explain it, but I like her. And that's that!
I'm sure Mr. Malus would be extremely disappointed in you right now. You've somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent. I don't want to hurt you.
You're gonna have to. Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get
Stop
buried.
hesitating and use your Geo vision to fuck this dude up.
Maybe you think you're being the
What?
realist by painting the history of the Spina and Poisson like this. But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
This one's got your name on it. Feeling lucky? Cha! Hiya!
Damn, stick it too. A lot of damage.
Watch out! A proper send-off from the Spina with love.
Oh, we got a
This
3-shot.
one's got
Bang!
your name on it.
Oh, that takes a lot of damage, actually.
This one's got your name on it.
Oh, we can ult again.
Proper send-off from the Spina with
Hold on, you
love.
got a couple seconds of Geo. She does this. There you go. Yeah, well, they're gone. I mean, she has like fucking hand cannon.
Laurent, I'll leave the town to you. Summon the other members and help with the evacuation of the townspeople. If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly, and don't give them the chance to harm any ordinary civilians. I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
Got it, boss. I'm on it.
The rest of our members. Shouldn't there be
Are you
like
okay, Navia?
14 men in like their outfits? At least.
I don't know, but I have to go.
Real answer, by the way.
Let's hurry up there. We have to protect the Clementine line. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives next to the support pillars.
Where else are they planted?
Bring it!
Which support pillar was this we go to? This one? That, oh, there it is. Look. Oh.
Light it up!
Let the world collide! Everybody stand back!
So
Light up the blazing sun!
we hit the damn explosives ourselves. That's it, bro.
These must be the explosives, right? And this is the control mechanism. How can we disable it?
How about we just launch the explosives into the ocean?
Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff.
What's this? A giant fucking keyhole?
Huh? There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for?
The detonation primer. Put a key in, turn, detonate. Emergencies?
Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe one of the people we just beat up has the key. Okay, you take this side, Paimon will take the other. Let's see what we can find.
And can we just use our power animo to like throw the shit into the ocean?
Oh, you found it! That's amazing!
Yeah, thank you, game. Surely this won't detonate these explosives. Really?
That should do it, right?
Shit. That's all it took?
Navia and Florent should be able to relax now.
How about we get these explosives away?
Oh, you're right. They could have set explosives elsewhere, too. Let's go.
Let's leave the guys beat up with the explosives still primed and the key in the ignition.
They're gonna bury Poisson!
I don't think 2 rocks is gonna bury anything, to be honest. See, that looks like it's gonna bury more of
Great
Poisson.
work, partner. Just leave the rest to me.
Watch out, Navia! You can't block them all!
Block. I'm doing this the Spina way.
So she does just straight up summon cannons? Is that how her shit actually works? She gave a peace sign? Really? That is not what she would have given. She would have given like a thumbs up. What?
I heard from
That's
Thierry
strange.
that
I don't
even
think she
there
would
your
ever give
enemies
like
now.
a peace
They were
sign.
once a part of
She's
Spina
absolutely a
Divisula.
thumbs up type of
Do
person.
you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them.
Sell this privately. No, we want the most
Regardless of
public,
whether their hatred and anger towards me or the
filmed,
Spina was
televised
anyone
trial
who's
we can
willing to
get.
endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to. Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help.
Sounds good.
Without it, the consequences would have been far worse.
Yeah, about terroristic
All right,
blasting.
this operation is a
of-
wrap. Take him away.
We won, Navia! We saved everyone! And you were so cool!
Bro, I love that.
Yeah.
Block? Nah, bro.
Luckily, we
Parry
were
this
just
casual.
in time.
blew that shit up. Feeling a bit fatigued?
It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine.
That's
Don't
a thing?
worry about me.
That's, wow. I'm glad.
You usually glow up whenever other people compliment you. Paimon's not used to seeing you like this.
I like that, bro. Because I experimented too much elemental energy. I'm glad I'm playing this like a year later, where that will never come up in the history of the game ever again. Anyone will ever bring up expending too much energy. What? I'm glad a year later this is not a thing. It's just only for this segment.
Boss, we managed to catch all the infiltrators in the town. The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well.
How do you know who the infiltrators are?
Seems like Romeu really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all too. We won't have to worry about them from now on.
Will you not? They're gonna hold that grudge even in prison.
That's good at least. Coulter, I can understand how you feel.
I sure as hell can.
The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. And that makes them appear even more precious. I am not callous, and I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone. But I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew. I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes, so that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy the boons it brings as well.
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Callus would never have said anything like that. There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula. But once you're discharged from the fortress again, you're welcome to pay another visit to Poisson.
Thank you, Navia.
Ain't this the dude who literally just tried to kill her? She's gonna give that dude a chance, but not the other motherfuckers. I guess he did say he wasn't into the radical beliefs.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
She is also, I must say, a truly unlucky person.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know.
She does not look like she has luck.
I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon. If I'd lost the Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself.
You should get the
A
Navia
name
line.
is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can see every day, would be like losing my mother all over again. Seeing it still standing there, tall and proud, it makes me really happy.
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
Just give her some time.
Let's get you back to Poisson.
Thank you so much. Can you give me a hand? I really don't have much strength left. Traveler, I want to ask you something. And please, tell me the truth. Do you really see me as your partner?
Of course.
That's good then. Hearing that, it brings me more relief than I can say.
The character story actually focused on the character for once. Look at
How
that.
do you feel, Navia? Any better after taking a break?
She took a whole terrorist attack on, but she nearly died, bro.
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest for a few more days. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Feel free to just ignore me.
Yeah, she's been, what she said, she's been running back and forth within the city, going there, gonna spend it all night fishing, like, and then proceed to stop a terrorist attack. I'd imagine this has to eventually take a damn toll on her. We're building the equivalent of like a small city or a small town. Also, they said some weird things. Damn. That's crazy. I know this quest has been out for a long time, but I've never actually seen the dialogue. So like, oh no, lie, all of what she said there, bro. Damn, I see why motherfuckers ship fucking Navia the trap. At least we know who the canonical Fontaine for us girl is. Everyone's like, oh, it's Farina. No, bro, I'm pretty sure it's Navia.
I used to think that I'd never doubt myself.
Every nation's got one.
But you could say I've discovered that I'm not as strong as I thought I was.
I like this too. It's more interpersonal. You don't get that with some of these characters. Actually, this looks nice. Looks like it's gonna be a nice thumbnail. This one right here. Might take this as a thumbnail.
Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. It's all thanks to them that I've made it this far in life.
Yeah.
Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made? Has my existence made this world a better place?
Don't think like that, Navia.
That's an interesting way to put it.
You've already done more than enough.
I don't think
No matter what others think,
they would have regretted
we'll always support
having you.
to the end of the world.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a confession as well. There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss. Please, follow me. Everything is already prepared.
Florent, I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
The first time we see a character like
Don't
actually
worry. This surprise will be a pleasant
like
one.
exhausted. Like I am done with this bullshit. Like we even see this shit in like the Notland War, which is crazy. Like this level of like, bruh, I can't take any more. We saw it with Farina at least. Like I thought there was a lot of that at least, where it's like the character's just like, bro, I can't deal with this shit, bro. I do like it. It makes the characters way more like human and way more enjoyable. Where it's like, I'm at my limit, bro. Too bad. What sucks is playing this and then having this be me going back because I've done the later parts of the game and nothing like that pops up again. Like we don't get this in Notland and shit. We still haven't gotten it in Notland. And we had a fucking war in
Why is
Notland.
everyone gathered here? And what's this?
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished, but special times call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before, so I've decided to show you the designs before the final product was done.
She looked pretty defeated once the post-on flooded.
Do I really look that bad?
Well, if you're ready, I'll unveil the present.
This is Papa, Mother, and me.
We designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Wow.
Camera records.
This is the statue
Right.
you mentioned before?
The camera
It is indeed.
was
To be
invented
honest, we
in
decided on the
Fontaine.
design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working.
The shippable ones came
we
out
only
later.
asked Boss to decide on a design so she
Another
wouldn't
country.
realize we had already started.
How could we only have statues of Mr. Callus and Mrs. Clementine?
Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and
Yeah,
the
shooting-
rebuilding of Poisson.
And shooting rocks are
We
about to
wanted
destroy
to
the
commemorate
entrance.
her contributions with the statue as well.
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization now.
With Navia around, We're not worried about this place's future.
We are gathered here today to tell our boss that we support you and believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe everyone is here for you, not the glory days.
That's what we believe as well.
Yeah, we'll always be partners, Navia.
Thank you so much, everyone. Then I'll be brave and just accept everyone's support for what it is. This really is quite the surprise. I never thought that I'd have the chance to stand next to my mother. Not even in my wildest dreams.
In her death, she'd even have that dream. Look at that. See, and this is how you use NPCs. We had the NPCs in the back. They weren't the focus. They drove the story forward.
It seems like I started to question myself a bit too much. I'll pick myself up again and become a more reliable president for all of you.
It's one of the first steps to humility.
Looking back on it, I'm honestly embarrassed by how I acted earlier.
What the gift?
I'm sure everyone longs for that one thing in life that seems trivial to others.
So that's gonna be how the statue's gonna look.
Can never obtain.
It's not really a statue.
To me, that would be a family portrait. I've always been super jealous of other people's family photos.
Shit, you got a super tart.
I never thought I'd receive a family portrait of my own. Especially not like this. It seems like I'm not such an unlucky person after all.
I mean, you're still pretty unlucky. Both your parents are dead. You hit the lead an organization that got struck by disaster.
I started to question myself a bit. Looking back on it, I've thought about it before. Though my mother only wanted me to live a happy life, that's actually a tall order as well.
Yeah, what exactly is happiness?
In practice, it's just as hard to achieve my father's expectations for me. Even though my parents had very different personalities, they always had a lot of respect for each other.
At least yours is more her
the
mother's
Aquabus project was a monumental project that stood to benefit all of Fontaine. It would have been a little close-minded to assess or evaluate it only from the perspective of the clan.
The clan.
I think that's probably why she didn't step in to mediate or oppose the building of the lines.
Also, your mother's order wasn't as tall as your father's one. Saying, requesting someone to be happy, at least let them find their own damn happiness. Whatever makes you happy. If that makes you happy, then you live that, you fulfilled your mother's wish.
I question myself a bit too much. Looking back on it, I'm honestly. Oh, whoa. Why'd you have to remind me? Please don't say that again. It's super embarrassing for me.
I've never seen anyone say.
Now, please forget that I ever said anything. Oh, wait. But it'd also be bad if you were to forget it. Okay, but please keep it a secret between us from now on. Please don't ever mention it again.
Damn, bro. She into it. I've never seen anyone mention Navia like waifu bait, destroyed character, bro. Yet when Sweet Lolly does it, motherfuckers went. He's a ballistic. That shit. I like this one. This was a very good quest, bro. Especially refreshing coming from all the other ones. And now I think the Poisson music's back too, yeah. Instead of it being like the sad music, it's the original Poisson theme. And they don't talk about rebuilding now. I think this quest is the one that allowed you to like get it back to the state pre. Also, I like the fact that Navia is up there on the ship. I wish after you did like the story quest, characters would like be in a static spot. You know how cool that would be? Like, oh, you finished Navia's story quest? But now she's permanently on the Spina ship and she'll have like dialogue. Like, it might, whatever, bro. She doesn't have unique dialogue. Or maybe the dialogue can change her update or something, bro. Damn, it's already gone? Holy shit, I walked away for 2 seconds. I didn't realize it would just disappear. I thought that would be permanently there. Oh. Okay, well. Lucky me, I guess. Anyways. That was pretty good. I enjoyed the quest. I gave my thoughts a little bit before it ended, but you know. I have. After coming back from Notland and all the other stuff, it's good to do this older content. It was the same thing good with Romeria. Going back and doing that and seeing like different storylines of like, oh yeah, this reminds me of peanut coating. All that shit. Sometimes the older content is just better than the newer stuff. I don't know why I didn't do this when it came out. I had the time to do all of these when they came out, and I just didn't. There you go. A Poisson story done. Poisson rebuilt. Navia story done. I got all. I remember seeing the thumbnails in the videos titled like "Traveler saves Navia." That is not what happened, bro. Traveler did not save Navia. He pushed one rock and she saved the Traveler. Fuck out of here. Also, people are like, oh my god, the Traveler used his abilities again, or used her abilities again. Bro, they used Geo once, but I thought it was. But I thought they hit like the Animo hit, Geo hit, like all of that, bro. No, Traveler used just Geo. What? Anyway, good story quest.